What is an array? An array is a variable that allows us to store multiple values. That's it. So when we declare a variable normally, it has one value inside it. With an array, we can picture it as being a location that stores multiple values, each being a discrete value itself. We have one name for the array, and inside that array, we then have multiple values that we can access. Each of these values is the same type of information. So we could have an array of integers. We could have an array of strings. We could have an array of lights, for example. The way we access each of these elements is then by an index, with 0 being the index of the first element. When we declare an array, it's a variable, so it has a location in memory. And the way it works is that each value in memory is stored next to the previous value in the array. So if I declared an array of 3 integers called ages, for example, we would have one integer here, one integer there, and one integer there. If I access, or the way I access each element is then by index, with 0 being the first index. So if I access this ages with the index 0, I'm referring to this value here. I know that because this is where the array starts, and index 0 is the first integer. When we have ages 1, it would be the second integer. So I skip over one integer, and that's where the next integer starts. If I skip over 2, that's where the third integer starts. So I skip this one, skip that one, and I access this one here. So the index really represents how far to jump through the array. So don't jump any at all, grab the first element, grab the second element, grab the third element. So that's how you can interact with each of those elements. Let's have a look now at creating a program in which we're going to interact with 3 people. Okay, so here's a project I've already started. We've created the project and it's empty at the moment. I've copied across the read string and read integer functions. What we want to do now is declare our array of 3 names. The syntax for that looks like this. We have the type name. We can then provide an array declaration instead of just a standard variable name. And the array declaration is the variable name followed by square brackets and the number of elements we want. So here I can say I want to create the type name is string. My variable name will be names. Then in square brackets, I can provide the number of names that I want. So in this case, we want 3 names. There we go. That is the declaration of an array that can contain 3 names.